video, I'll tell you exactly why your colors are inaccurate and how you can fix it. On top of that, I've teamed up with Asus ProArt to give away a professional grade monitor worth over $1,000. And unlike other videos, everyone can join. The fact is that professional grading studios have monitors of $10,000 and above. But do you really need that in order to create a high production quality video? Well, let's find out. As stated before, this video is in collaboration with Asus and their ProArt line, which is their line of products for professional creatives like us. Asus has sent us 4 monitors and one of them could actually become yours. That said, this does by no means affect my judgment or objectivity throughout this entire video, as I will be giving you a bunch of tips and tricks that you can immediately implement in your workflow, no matter what monitor you're currently using, to get better colors and get better results. In this video, we're going to cover the following topics, compare them to the Asus ProArt monitors and see how they perform. Now, before we start diving into all these details, I would like to introduce you to the Asus ProArt monitors that I have received. 2 of these are for my own setup and one is for our editor Enzoe, and one could actually become yours. The 3 monitors we have are 3 different versions. The Asus ProArt Display PA32 UCX PK. The next monitor is the Asus ProArt Display PA27 UCX K. And then last but not least is the Asus ProArt PA34 VC HDR Curved Professional Monitor. An epic widescreen monitor for ultimate productivity. This one could actually become yours. This state-of-the-art curved monitor is optimized for professional work and enhances your productivity. I, for example, love to put my timeline on the entire width of a curved monitor. That way I have an entire oversight of what I'm currently editing, and it's just so productive to be able to see what you're doing. Want to know how to win this? Well, keep watching. So let's talk about the colors of your videos and how a monitor might actually be able to help you out. Not that long ago, you actually needed monitors worth thousands of dollars in order to get 100% accurate colors, 10 bits of color space with the right brightness, in the right nits, in the 4K resolution, with Dolby Vision, 100% sRGB, Rec 709, and so much more. But nowadays, you can get this quality for a fraction of the price thanks to the Asus ProArt monitors. I'm going to give you handy tips that you can use when you feel like you just can't rely on your monitor anymore and you want to get professional results. So how can you get professional results with a basic monitor? Most monitors actually come with their own color space, and they mess up your colors quite a bit. This because it's for a consumer and not for a creator. You want to have the consumer to experience, for example, more saturation, more contrast. But when you would edit on these, your videos would be over contrasted on different monitors or oversaturated on other monitors. So that's not what you want. I, for example, had 3 different monitors hooked up on my setup, and my colors literally look different on every single one of them. But you can solve this, but only to an extent, depending on your monitor's capabilities, but more on that later. Being able to see your colors accurately, or at least neutral colors, gives you your best shot at making your video look good everywhere. It allows you to see your video in its native, kind of raw format, and it allows you to see imperfections and mistakes more clearly. So what do you need to pay attention to when looking for a correct monitor? The essence is that you will want an IPS panel. I won't go over all the technical details here, but basically the advantages of an IPS panel are faster response times, a wider viewing angle, better color and contrast like many other VA and TN panels, and outstanding color accuracy and screen consistency. So now let's say you don't have a color accurate monitor. You don't intend to buy a new one, but you still want to have like the best colors you could potentially get for your video. Is there anything you can really do? Well, luckily, yes there is. Yeah. There are actually a bunch of things that you can do in order to make your video look pretty good on a bad monitor. So let's take a look at an example when you're filming. Use the correct white balance by pointing your camera at a gray card like this and set that gray card to be the white balance for your camera. So this here is a gray card. You point your camera like this and then you set the white balance. This will neutralize the colors of your camera and make sure that your entire environment has these well white balanced colors. You could use one of these color books as well. The Asus monitor also has a 10-bit display, unlike regular monitors only displaying 8-bit colors, which means in more technical terms that an 8-bit file works with RGB using 256 levels per channel, while 10-bit jumps it up to 1024 levels per channel. Vector scopes are also a good one for making sure that your skin tones are on point. If you mask around your skin tones, you can see this little line on the vector scopes. And then you have this other line. This line represents the correct color for skin tone. No matter what saturation or brightness your skin has, every single person on Earth's skin tone should appear on this line. So everyone has the exact same color, it's just a different saturation or a different brightness. Histograms are also very useful, making sure that your scene is exposed correctly. So even if you have a professional monitor, these tips are really helpful because they allow you to get your colors correct every single time. Judge me, but I like to see my work in its maximum potential. So we have covered color, but what about our environment? People really tend to overlook this one. And I'm gonna be honest, even I do not put enough importance to this. As you can see from my environment right here, the colors are all over the place. But I can tell you, I do not edit like this. But basically, our eyes lie to us all the time. They are not reliable at all. You can literally find tons of optical illusions and things that appear to be different colors because you're looking at it in different lighting conditions. And that's exactly why your environment is also very, very important. If you want to have the best option for you, all these color grading studios use a gray wall, basically a white balance for your eyes. It's like coffee that calibrates your taste buds. The gray neutralizes the color of your eyes. But okay, let's say you don't have control over your environment and you want to get the best out of it anyway. Well, you're asking a lot, aren't you? You can still find a solution luckily. Actually, Asus has sent me something along with these monitors and it's right here. This allows you to calibrate your monitors according to your room and lighting conditions. This little device has actually some sensors that look at your environment, and based on your environment light, it's going to change the monitor's colors and it's going to make it look neutral to you. If you can avoid a wrongly lit environment, that definitely helps. I do like a neutral LED indirect light coming from behind my monitor, so that way I add a little bit of depth to my own vision and it gives me less fatigue while working. It's giving some depth to your eyes, which is really important as well. Okay, great, so we have covered color, we have covered environment and how we can solve all these things. What about the resolution? Well, if you work with a Full HD camera, it does make sense that you're watching on a Full HD monitor. And when you're recording 4K, you want to edit on a 4K monitor, right? Let me tell you something different. If you want to get the most potential out of your footage, you want to be able to see the quality of your footage in its full potential. Know what is a camera error and what is a monitor error. Error.
You already know who it is. It's your boy.
Looking at a 4K footage on a Full HD monitor might seem blurry while it actually isn't, just because you're looking in a resolution that is too low for the resolution that you have captured. If you're in Premiere Pro, it's actually probably being displayed in like 1/4 of your monitor, which means it's basically being played back at regular HD, which basically means it's not showing itself in its full potential. So I even like to watch my Full HD footage on a 4K monitor because even if I would make it smaller, I would still see the maximum resolution that I have recorded. So yeah, now you can ask another question, do you really need that extra resolution? Well, that's going to be a personal choice. I used to see my work on such crappy monitors, Full HD, trying to make the best out of it, but then once they actually showed my work in a movie theater, and I could see my work that I was working on such a small monitor being viewed on such a huge display. And that made me realize that if I would have been able to see it on a bigger screen myself or on a more quality monitor myself, I would have been able to make sure that it would have been displayed better on that monitor. So it all depends on where you're going to be sharing your work. If most of the people are going to be watching on their phone, well, then it's going to be up to you if you think it's worth it or not. I have actually worked many years with low budget monitors and they did the job just fine for me. It's just that since I have upgraded my monitors, I do feel that I spend more time in the little details. I experience the details in a very different way. Everything that I see is crystal clear. But looking back at my previous projects, I do see a big difference, and I can now see how my colors were often imperfect, even by using all the tools I already had in Premiere Pro. Nowadays, I spend more time on grading and refining, so in a way, it also inspires me and motivates me to see my work so crispy. So on this monitor, it's actually a big enjoyment, as it's also an HDR monitor, which you can use for broadcast or for HDR creation. I do see a huge difference. You get a much nicer look on your regular images as well. And the reason is probably because a regular monitor, let's say it tops at 400 nits, so it starts at 0 and it stops at 400 nits, while this monitor starts at 0 and it stops at 1200 nits, which is 3 times more nits. So yeah, these were my thoughts on why colors look inaccurate and how to solve them. As you can see, it's not just one go-to answer, but actually consists of several things. Okay, so I know all of you have been eagerly waiting. What about the monitor that we could actually win? That's what we're here for, right? So, well, it's actually going to be even better than that. As the monitor is not the only prize we're going to be giving away. We are going to give away one ProArt Asus 34-inch HDR curved monitor. This is an ideal single monitor setup for the versatile professionals that need it for multiple purposes, such as productivity. You can actually set it up to act like 2 monitors side by side, or you can see your entire timeline's width on the entire width of the curved monitor, which is really useful while editing. It has accurate colors, which is great for professional video or photo production, and it's also great when you enjoy gaming on the side. So this giveaway is in collaboration with Asus and Creator Galaxy, the company that I have co-founded, and that's why we're throwing in a 1-year unlimited downloads license on creatorgalaxy.com. So you're immediately good to go to create epic videos. But we also have a second prize, and the second prize will get the next level editing masterclass plus 1 year of unlimited downloads at creatorgalaxy.com. And for the third prize, 1 year of unlimited downloads at creatorgalaxy.com. Which we've actually recently updated. The complete look has changed, so we're pretty proud to announce that as well. So what do you have to do in order to win your monitor? So when you click the link in the description, this will take you to a Gleam giveaway page. Here you have to upload a photo of your current setup while editing something. And no, it doesn't matter what setup you have. It can totally be crazy or really basic. We just want to see how you hustle and how you edit your videos or photos or whatever it is you do. It does not have to be some kind of fancy setup. We just want to see you at work, working on something creative. So it cannot be a Word document or something. But yeah, that's completely up to you. Take a photo, upload it on the website. Literally everyone can join. You will also need to answer a question that will be super easy if you have watched this video. And if you want to add extra entries to have a bigger chance of winning, you can also do that, but that's obviously optional. These are pretty epic prizes. I really can't wait to make someone happy with this ultimate monitor, unlimited downloads on our website, so you can create epic videos hassle-free. So click the link in the description below, join the giveaway, and be sure to subscribe to the channel. Click the bell icon to stay notified when I upload new videos. I'll see you in the next one. Until then, create epic videos. Oh, and by the way, did you see the video where I revealed the secret behind those mysterious monoliths that were appearing all around the globe? Aliens, I tell you. Go and check it out. I will put it somewhere here. Alright, ciao.